Max was still all brooding, hands in her pocket, in Chloe's pockets technically. Chloe led the way to the truck, hoping the spring in her step and the junk food in her stomach would help compensate for all the critical fails they were rolling. Ooh, then Max fell. Oh no! The sound of her body hitting the pavement, the gasp that came before the groan. Chloe's heart skipped. Okay, time to bring her to the hospital. Max! Oh. Coffee collided with the tarmac, the crinkly donut bag smacked to the ground, and in a second, Chloe joined them. The straps dangling from her shredded jeans fell to the parking lot as she fell to her knees. Max was sprawled on her hip, barely holding herself up by her palms. Chloe's first reaction was to check that fucking nose, no bleeding. Okay, cool, well, not cool, but not cool as... Chloe... Max winced, her teeth grit. She sucked in air as Chloe grabbed her shoulders. Why would we curse or freak out me? Ask her, is she okay? Max, are you okay? You hurt? Chloe propped up Max against her for support, and Max huffed irritably, holding her hands up carefully. Max's quivering palms were scraped up and hella pink, but not too bad. She was fine. Everything was fine, everything was okay. If Chloe just kept on keeping on, it would all stay fine. Fan-fucking-tastic. Every goddamn thing that had been holding Chloe's life back was gone, so why did her shoulders feel heavier than ever? Max hadn't exactly put on weight, so why did she feel so heavy? It was the burden of her sins. Everything was so fucking heavy. Oh, yeah, a little, Oh crap, your hands. Your hands, Max, damn it. The fuck happened just now? What's going on? Chloe, Jesus, I'm fine. Chloe's body felt weak before you, a sensation that really weird to just do. Chloe let Max lean into her for a moment, neither of them quite understanding what was going on. Max. The parking lot was cold and windy, and Chloe's bare shoulders were stinging from the chill, but she still felt so warm somehow, so alive. Chloe suddenly realized that while she was gripping Max, Max was not focused on her. Max wasn't moving, she was spaced out again. What was going on with her anyway? It was like something broke, or... Max? Chloe was a little pissed at herself for how few drops of fear had leaked out through her squeaky worry. Max coughed, then carefully set her trembling hands on her crooked lap. Talk to me, Max. What the hell just happened? Chloe rubbed her hands against Maxine's shoulders. Max? Max's head wobbled a bit. Chloe choked on the sob, trying to swallow it back down when Max's eyes finally regained focus. Chloe rubbed at her eyes, considering what to say. Touchy-feely. I think she needs that. Chloe couldn't think up a reply. She just kept rubbing Max's shoulders. Chloe then gave Max a short but tight hug, sighing into Max's neck. Maxine smiled timidly, warming her hands around Chloe's waist in a doubly careful way. Chloe rustled Max's hair a bit, as if taking the sensitive edge off her gesture. See, she likes it. Chloe could feel her own teeth chattering a little, but she was so fucking warm, man. Chloe. Damn it, Maxine. Chloe chuckled softly. You're giving me more jump scares lately than, Resident Evil monster. Let's go with references. Then a freaking Resident Evil game. Like with... Max hacked up a cough, clearing her throat. Like... lickers and dogs through windows? Lickers? Is it like clickers? Like Last of Us? Like zombies? You falling just now? So much more terrifying to me than zombie dogs through windows. Oh. Max just gawked at Chloe in this dumb but adorable way for a moment. But not as much as lickers? Almost as much as lickers? We'll call it a tie. Still not as much as those really quick red assholes though. Oh, I see. Oh, she's coughing. But Max's coughing came back. Chloe could hear an uncomfortable wheezing. She could fucking feel the grossness through Maxine's back pressed against her. Chloe didn't know what else to do other than pat Max's back like burping a baby or... Shit. Max sighed after her coughing spell ended. She sniffed, wiping at her nose. Chloe noted the lack of liquid. Not a nosebleed. So what happened? My legs, they just buckled on me and I buckled? Yeah. From something earlier? Sprained an ankle or something back in Acadia? No, I'm not sure what. You okay? My hands, Max rotated her palms outwards. They were scuffed and scraped from hitting the tarmac. They're a little gnarly. But there's some gauze in the truck, no biggie. Chloe had always figured that the first aid kit Joyce had handed me down would have been used for. Well, she has a first aid kit. Wow, I'm surprised. Well, something more sinister than tripping in a parking lot. A little, Chloe cleared her throat, shifting her position on the tarmac. Bad day. Battle scars. Because we're a time-traveling warrior. Was a time warrior without a couple of battle scars, am I right? Psh. Max smirked, rolling her lulling eyes and shaking her head slightly. Chloe savored the pink hue Max's cheeks had taken, smirking back. All the same though. Chloe had expected Max to try and get up by now. I guess they're savoring the kind of sweet moment. Oh yeah, I can see her hands there, there's blood on it. Well, didn't want to rush it, but there was this dude making his way out of the shop heading for his car. He gave the two of them a concerned look but didn't actually approach. It reminded Chloe of one of the times she just driven right by a car collision a year or so back. Just drove right by. Wasn't her problem, didn't need to get involved. Well, that's kind of mean if you think about it. If you could do something, actually just stop your car and approach them and let's see if they need help at least. I mean, if you think about it, that is actually kind of heartless, and as human beings we do have some responsibility to be human and not monsters. Imagine if you were the guy in that accident and you have no one around you, and you're struggling and you're in pain and you're confused and you need someone to help you, but these people driving by just looking at you, just keep on driving by and they just leave you there. How would you feel? So you have to put yourself in someone's shoes. That this is the thing, if you have no empathy for people, you can't. Yeah, that's a very, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a some people don't have that kind of empathy, but I think it's kind of common sense to which is, I mean, that's how the morals that society has brought us with. They do things right. Society doesn't mess up everything. So maybe it's kind of up and down recently, but it's questionable. But I mean, some morals still stick. It doesn't depend on I mean, maybe how you're brought up with kind of affects you, but I think it should be a normal human instinct. Empathy, just put yourself in others' shoes more and be more selfless, I guess. Just kind of how they just driven right by all the wreckage back at the bay, huh? Yep, didn't even check for survivors. Even your mom, Chloe? The guy started to help his car across the lot and headed off. Chloe? Max's arms were still snug across Chloe, her hands pressed into Chloe's skin. Chloe pulled her gaze away from the passerby and down toward her day's friend. Max leaned her weight into Chloe's chest, aligning herself more upright. She winced a bit from some pain. Another. Chloe hoped to fuck it was just the hand scrape and moved her hands up to Chloe's bare shoulders. She was ready to get up and move, huh? But Max paused there, just freaking stopped. Her scratched up hands pressed into Chloe's bare shoulders, asking Chloe to bear both their weight. Chloe could feel bits of gravel still stuck to Max's palms, digging into her own skin. Max's face was right there, right in front of Chloe, hovering, lingering for a few seconds that felt like those small eternities poets babbled about. Max's eyes were a bit bloodshot, with bags hanging beneath, yet beneath her glazed surface burned sparks of determination. Her brows were tilted upward with fear and confusion. Her upper lip was caked with dried blood. Her arms wobbled, her eyes quivered, her fingers trembled. She was a hot fucking mess. And Chloe was freezing, her elbows shuddering a bit from exposure to chilly autumn wind. But everything was still warm. The freckles on Max's narrow cheeks plotted a roadmap to an undiscovered country. Chloe was so lost in Max's bewildered expression that she didn't have time to react when Max's lips connected with her own. Ooh. Her mouth just puckered out instinctively, returning the kiss. Chloe could feel the warmth inside her being willed out through her mouth. Max was so cold. Chloe let her eyelids slide closed, Slight close. Let Max's fragile form lean against her. Let shivering fingertips slide up her neck. Then Chloe needed to come up for air. Yeah, it makes sense about the position. It seems kind of romantic-ish. Nice drawing though, like I can see it in her eyes and stuff, even though she's like tired. And then they're like kissing after Max was like coughing out blood. It's like, ew. Like I guess some people wouldn't mind, but like for me, I wouldn't say I'm a germaphobe, but I really want things to be clean. So like if you have bad breath or you're coughing, clean yourself up, drink some water first, and maybe we can have a kiss and stuff. Yeah. Their lips parted, then lingered, then they suddenly separated. Chloe's eyes stayed closed for a second as her mind swirled around possibilities. She wasn't surprised by Max's gesture, but Chloe suddenly felt lightheaded. Okay. What? Okay. Sometimes it's hard to think what you would actually do in that situation, like after a kiss. And silence? Joke? Serious? What would Chloe do in this situation? I think Chloe would joke. Like for me, I think it's whatever the situation calls for instinctively, but now I'm actually thinking about it and analyzing the situation like, what to do. I think Chloe would joke. Avoiding Max's annoyed up, hella intense expression, Chloe slowly laid herself down, her back against the parking lot floor. Something blurry caught her vision from the left, inches away from her cheek. On physical instinct, she twisted her head to see it. It was a crinkly paper bag with a broken apple fritter hanging halfway out. Max. Max choked out, clearly upset, confused. Cluck, 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 cluck. Poor kid had just made a move and wanted like reassurance. Oh boy. Wait, what? I thought I was like gonna like make a small like cute joke, but would Chloe just ignore her and look at the food? What? Is that supposed to be a joke? Well, she was Maxine Caulfield. Of course she needed reassurance. Yeah, like at least a gesture. He didn't say anything. The difference between Max and Chloe was that Max was brave enough to actually ask for it. Chloe was swimming in a poop-filled sewer of guilt and good intentions. It was called her brain, infested with regrets made into rats. The air was so thick with reeking scent of hopelessness that it stuck to your clothing. As Chloe stalled for time, she simultaneously realized what a god-awfully stupid attempt at narration that had been. She kept chewing on her donut, bit more than she could chew, for sure. Wait, is she actually eating? What? I'm so confused. Max had yet to take the fritter Chloe was still offering. Okay. I don't know what you did, Chloe. This is not what I intended. Yet again, game. Instead, Max was feebly working her fingers around Chloe's hand. A stupid one-liner was forming at the tip of Chloe's tongue, but there was too much goddamn donut in the way. What are you doing, Chloe? Max's grip got tighter, and Chloe managed to swallow the appley shit down as quick as she could. She dropped the donut bag in Max's lap. She pushed, and Max pulled, and Chloe was upright. What is going on? Max's face was flickering with apology, but also with hope. Chloe had to wring out an extra second or two of tension. Come on, she had to. Max was too goddamn adorable. Chloe squeezed Max's bruised hands and then finally delivered her long-awaited zinger. You're holding my hand, Chuck, you sly dog. Max's wary expression warped at the edge with perplexion. Chloe leaned in, nudged Max toward her into a hug. She planted her lips against Max's shoulder, against the cigarette-stenched surface of her own jacket. Chuck? Pokey was so lost, huh? It was actually pretty adorable. Chloe's lips formed a kiss against Max's shoulder again, kind of out of instinct. She lightly scratched her nails against Max's neck, tilting her head against the girl's shoulder. Peppermint patty? Jesus, Max. I don't even know what the reference is. Only like American cartooning's pioneer, big curious chick. I would have figured Maltman and Max Caulfield would have known Charlie Brown reference. Oh. Yeah, she's so dazed. Max didn't know what to say. It seemed she just kept holding Chloe's hand. Chloe realized maybe the joke had been too forced. Yeah, that sounds like it. Rather than bail, she elaborated off the cuff. I mean, shit. Chloe continued to tease. You're a neutral good, and you and Chuck are like birds of a feather. So... Max rolled right on by Chloe's reference. Damn it, she was lobbing softballs here, and they were still sailing over Max's head. Are we okay? You didn't really... Well, come on, Max. I wasn't gonna be cliche and say like, I've been waiting for you to do that. Of course not. Max chuckled softly. Too predictable for you. Hells yeah, too predictable. I'm chaotic good. Get used to it, girl. I wouldn't say chaotic good, I would say like Chloe's actually chaotic neutral. Oh, chaotic good. No, yep, she emphasized the good. That's news to me. Yeah, huh. Fighting crime, solving mysteries, getting all the side quests done with while the protag, that's you, takes care of the main quest line. Business. Chloe, Max straight off with a sigh. Hell, Max, I'm dropping a fuck ton of marbles in the Hungry Hippo table and not even hitting the damn lever thing. Oh, I think she's like... As if coming to some kind of realization of her own, Max eased Chloe off of her. She wobbled up onto her feet, clutching the donut bag between her index and thumb. Chloe wipes the fritter crumbs from her lips with her wrists that let her body shudder from the wild chill and sniffle a bit of slime forming at the edge of her nostril. She remained silent, waiting for Max to say whatever she was gonna say. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I think she wanted Chloe to be like serious instead of joke about it. Couldn't really tell, when this kind of situations arise. When you're so used to joking with that someone, and when it comes to something serious like intimacy, like, yeah, it's always such a puzzle for the brain. Kissed you, I mean. Dude, Max. Chloe grunted, dusting off her ass as she got up. Just cause I said you're like Charlie Brown doesn't mean you have to get all wishy-washy at me. I mean, I was just teasing, joking. This isn't a joke, Chloe. Okay, she was angry. Oh man. Okay, she thought like... Okay. I'm falling in love with you and this... Max wrinkled her nose, pointing a hand to the spilled coffee at their feet. This wasn't how I... Chloe let her inflated skull sink in a little, latching her thumbs onto the ends of her pocket. Whoa, Max. Chloe's heart was pounding at her ribcage. The L word had come out. A dangerous word. Because whenever that word came out, like for really real, was spoken, out loud and crap, it always led somewhere disappointing. Somewhere that hurt a lot. Having wasted her precious moment to formulate a reply. Okay. We shouldn't downplay it because joke or downplay kind of is bad because Max wants to be serious. I think she's actually confessing to her right now. And I don't trust Chloe's downplay to be very sensitive, so I think we should just let Max finish. Well, fuck. Chloe was at a loss. What the hell was she supposed to say? Everything had been so goddamn creative recently. Chloe hadn't really stopped to think about it. Yeah, with everyone dying and your life on the edge, I think we're going a bit too fast here. About Max, in that way. Got nothing from me here, Chloe? Max, I don't know what you're looking for here. You're right. Never mind. I forget I said anything. Whoa, hey. I just didn't think I didn't realize it meant... Why can't we just, play it by ear? I mean, what's the rush? Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. And Max is like, I don't know what's going on with Max. She's like dying or like in some physical stress. You should look into that first. Keep digging that hole deeper. Chloe, Max bit her lip, eyes sunken, cheers for me. Oh no, she's crying. Oh, that's so bad. I thought I made it pretty fucking obvious at the lighthouse when Chloe knew she'd noticed, and as usual, she'd stalled. She'd forced Max to figure it out on the cliff in front of that tornado just a day prior. In that situation, there's a lot of emotions going through you. You can't really think with a clear head. Can you? In all fairness, Chloe had done more than her share of taunting, goading, prodding, teasing the truth out of Max over the past week. Part of her wanted something familiar, something she'd once held dear, something she'd once trusted, because everything else had disappeared. and it was easier to rebuild something broken than start all over again and build something brand new. Because relationships were like frigging furniture now. If Chloe was being honest with herself, brutally honest, no halfsies, she needed someone to fall back on in case Rachel ever showed up. Oh man, that stings. Like, we always wondered, like, does Chloe even like Max? Because I felt the relationship like was so rushed. I mean, yeah, sure they've been best friends, but they haven't seen each other like in 5 years, and it's hard to believe like something like as powerful as like true love can form in such a short period of time. Especially for Chloe, since she was still kind of in love with Rachel, and her heart was still for Rachel until that last day when she found out Rachel was dead. And I don't think it takes 2 days for someone to recover. If that's the case, then like that's more of like filling a hole in your heart and actually loving someone else. Because you have to think about it. Episode 3, Max wanted to wear some clothes, so Rachel told her to put on Rachel. Chloe told Max to put on Rachel's clothes, and then straight away after, Chloe dared her to kiss her, and that you have to be suspicious because it's kind of creepy if you think about it. Someone's wearing your like ex-girlfriend's or your like, previous lover's outfits, and like, oh my god. Plus Rachel, like, I think they mentioned like Max had a similar body type as Rachel as well, and like her some features they kind of look similar besides the like short hair. She couldn't just be alone again, and Rachel never showed up. Man, you broke Max's heart. So here she was watching this girl here. What? Yeah, her heart was tripping up over watching this girl brush angry, confused tears from her eyes. Kinda like Chloe had done over Rachel more than a few times. One hand that couldn't let go of Rachel Amber, one hand that couldn't let go of Maxine Caulfield. Chloe had just thought that with figuring this shit out, dealing with it, she'd get more time. There wasn't a punchline there. Chloe wanted there to be a punchline. But all there was thorns. People are dead, Chloe. Max whimpered out a frustrated sound with this sudden look of panic. I had to make a choice, and yeah, she did it out of love, I guess, if that wasn't obvious. But maybe it was like Chloe thought was like action a best friend would do, not just a lover. Max suddenly like stormed off for the truck. Oh man. Max! Chloe sighed tiredly, watching Max walk for the driver's seat of the truck. She impatiently trudged in pursuit, scratching an itch beneath her beanie. Fucking head, it was itchy as hell. Chloe needed a bath. Yeah, you guys like need to chill, slow things down, find a hotel or get back home, get a shower, get a good night's rest, then think about things like this. Get all this like negativity and regret and everything off your minds before you focus on another serious topic like relationship. Like seriously, like everything's being rushed. Max must have been so mentally loopy she'd forgotten she was riding shotgun cause the girl had stomped over to the driver's seat. Max paused there, hand on the door handle before her expression soured in spite of herself. Max's eyes flashed dangerously at Chloe, then she rounded the truck. Chloe stood by the driver's door for a moment, her head getting hot with frustration, with regret. She knew what was coming. A huff from Max. The truck was still locked and Max was still being a grump. She hadn't thought of that. Her lips pursed with aggravation. Chloe fished her keys from her pocket. Having skin-tight jeans was annoying when you needed to get shit out of your pockets. Chloe awkwardly fumbled with her keys, opening the clunky door in a rush, tearing her hat off and clawing at her itchy scalp with her other hand.